I recently had a chance to photograph the stars in Joshua Tree National Park and the Olympic Peninsula here in Washington, and that was a perfect opportunity to test the Sigma 14mm f1.8 art lens and compare it, just for fun, to my favorite budget astrophotography, the Rokinon 14mm f2.8, and I threw in the mix, just to give you a good idea of what you get at different price points, the Irix 15mm f2.4. The Sigma 14mm f1.8 is the world's first lens that is this wide, 14mm, and this fast at f1.8. Now, it does cost $1,600, it's heavy at 2.5 pounds, it's got a bulbous front element with a fixed lens hood that makes it a little bit more costly to use filters, though Sigma has just announced they'll install a rear filter holder for you for thin gel filters. Those are downsides, but the upside, it is sharp, exceptionally sharp, distortion-free, and an absolute blast to shoot the stars with. If you're serious about photographing the stars, you're aware some lenses have issues with coma, and this is where stars near the edges of the frame or the corners seem to get little wings. Wide open at f1.8, there's some coma on the brighter stars, but not enough to concern me, and overall, I am very happy with this exceptional lens. It does have autofocus, which it doesn't really matter for astrophotography, but having autofocus, which I found to be fast and accurate in this lens, does make it much more versatile than the Irix or the Rokinon during the daytime. Now, the Sigma does exhibit some vignetting wide open as well, but that quickly disappears as you stop down, and again, the difference is minimally. Wide open, this is a fantastic lens, and it's optically as fine a lens as you can put on your camera in this focal range, period. The Irix Blackstone offers 15mm at f2.4 and it's priced at $600. It weighs just 1.5 pounds, and this is actually the better build quality version of the Irix Firefly. That's a $400 lens. Optically, the two are identical and differ only in exterior build quality, with the Firefly having a plastic exterior that weighs 1.3 pounds. The Blackstone, this lens features aluminum and magnesium alloy. Both are weather sealed, offer a click stop at infinity focus that I found to be dead on accurate, and a focus lock ring. And, this is big, you can use standard filters with 95mm threads. Those are bigger filters, but they're much more affordable than a whole filter system you'd need on the Sigma. They even provide a little door in the hood for manipulating circular polarizers, and that hood is removable as well. I was really impressed with this lens. It is also very sharp, distortion-free, and at f2.4 it's a half stop faster than the Rokinon, which comes in use at night. That, coupled with the additional features I mentioned, make this lens and the cheaper Firefly an excellent value, and now are going to replace the Rokinon as my budget pick for astrophotography. The Rokinon at $340 is cheaper than the Firefly, but it doesn't allow screw-on filters, it's got no focus lock, and its focus ring feels less precise, and of course there's a good bit more distortion and not quite as sharp. The distortion doesn't really matter when shooting the stars or the Milky Way, but for any other uses it does matter. The Rokinon also has no electronic contacts, so aperture control is on the lens and metadata in Lightroom is lacking. The Irix lenses do provide aperture control through the camera and register properly the lens in aperture. Now, in testing, I shot with all of these lenses mounted on a 6D Mark II or the 5D Mark IV or a Sony a7R II using the Sigma MC11 adapter. I saw no issues with any of these lenses on the Sony with the adapter, and the Sigma's autofocus still worked well. So I have full raw images from each of these lenses for you to inspect. The link is right down below, along with links to purchase these lenses. In summary, the Sigma is excellent and it's a versatile lens if you don't mind paying for it. The Irix Blackstone or Firefly, those are great values, and well, the Firefly is now my pick for budget wide-angle work at night or during the day. The Rokinon, well, it's still a decent lens. I just think it's worth it to pay a little bit more for the Firefly. And don't forget about the Venus 12mm f2.8 lens. I reviewed that lens in Alaska last year. It's a good choice if you want to go even wider. It's also sharp, but much more expensive. That review is linked down below, along, as I said, with more information about each of these lenses and links to purchase them from B&H. Your use of those links helps support what we do here at PhotoRec.tv. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, give it a quick thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more gear reviews, tips, tricks, and travel videos. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.